Hey there, everybody. This is Reckles with WTBGold, and today I am on the PTR looking through all the profession things for you. And so I'm just going to go through all my characters and look at all the new stuff that is in the game then that's coming. So here we are at the Blacksmithing trainer, and I went through all the basic vanilla plans and cross-checked it against a list of unobtainable items, and it looks like they haven't added back in anything that is unobtainable. So the only new things are essentially Crafter's Mark rank 3. So if you're unfamiliar with how Crafter's Mark works, for dungeon quality blues, they all require level 60, but they're eye level 151, and that's pretty low. So up until now, we also have Crafter's Mark rank 2, and that gets things up to 168, but we've got a new patch. 168 isn't nearly good enough anymore. So, you know, your catch-up gear is going to be eye level 200 in 9.1. Now, Crafter's Mark rank 3, uses 1 Lystrite ore, 1 Shadowghast ingot, and 1 Luminous Flux. So, Shadowghast ingot, that's like 50, 100 gold. Lystrite ore, that's... So, essentially add another 100 gold in mat cost to all of your crafted things, but there's not a whole lot. The cool thing, though, is this. Crafter's Mark of the Chained Isle. This... it adds a lithium as one of the reagents, but it's essentially Crafter's Mark rank 4. Set the eye level to 230, but the sneaky part is it adds unique equipped Shadowlands crafted here. So you can make an eye level 230 piece for yourself, and you can sell eye level 230 items to other people, and that'll fly off the shelves, but you can only use 1. So my guess is the recipe for this will drop from something end game related. Maybe a raid boss, maybe a raiding achievement, maybe mythic. Maybe your first you have to do a mythic plus 10 or something. I don't know, but that's my guess for where it'll drop, considering that's the eye level of the gear that it allows you to craft. Crafter's Mark rank 3 on the PTR, on the beta, it was made, you got the recipe from the Avowed reputation, which is the, oh my god, I'm only friendly, oh no. These are the Inquisitors, so you gotta go kill the Inquisitors in Revendreth. And Archivist Janira is the lady who sold that on the PTR. I don't know where you get this. Wowhead doesn't have anything for it either. So finally, we have the Vestige of Origins, and this is made with 25 Lystrite ore, 1 Shadowghast ingot, and 20 Corthium, which are utilized in the construction of the Vault of Secrets. This can be used to create powerful optional reagent for rune carving. And the Vestige of Origin, you guessed it, increases the eye level of a legendary base armor piece. So essentially, this is Obliterum. Take an item and you attach it to an armor and it upgrades the eye level of the armor piece. That's what we've got. I'm kind of sad that essentially, this is abandoning the rank 1, 2, 3, 4 system, because the next step would be rank 6, and then step after that would be, I can count. The next step would be rank 5, and then the step after that would be rank 6. Oh Jesus! Hold on, I'll be right back. So rather than going rank 5, rank 6, rank 7, and getting things more and more expensive, they're abandoning the rank system for the Obliterum system. I don't know, I liked having a hurdle to jump over. I liked having an end game for gold making. It's something I've been asking for expansions. And so make sure to get this recipe so you can continue leveling up things to essentially rank 5 and 6, increasing the eye level of the vessels. All right, for Enchanting, considering how useful Crafter's Mark and legendary level up stuff is, Enchanting kind of got shafted. You got the animated leash, 2 soul dust, 2 sacred shards. It's a toy. It's a toy. You know what? Let's make one of these.
Come back if you need.
Oh, of course, of course. I have 2,000 enchanted lithium, but I don't have any regular lithium. Cool, great. All right, just look it up on if you care. It's a leash. It's gonna be like a little anima string leash. It's like you're walking your little Ragnaros with like with an ether worm. That's what it's gonna look like. All right, for cooking, everything's learned from the trainer, and we've only got 3 new recipes. Twilight tea is mana water, bone meal bread is health food, and porous rock candy is enjoy a tasty treat. This reminds me of the, let me see, Mechano Bites. I don't think, here we go, Mecha Bites from Mechagon, which were just made using spare parts. These were essentially a ketchup mechanic. So if you don't want to find all the specific individual things, if shadowy shank or tenebrous ribs are really expensive on your server, you can just, get up to level 25 in your cooking, and then you just make these up until max. So easy peasy. All right, and here we are on my priest. I just got her up to level 60, so I don't have everything yet, but we've got the same thing as before. Crafter's Mark rank 3 uses 1 silk, 1 cloth, 1 thread, so super cheap. And then the 230 uses 1 enchanted silk, 1 lightless thread, 1 cloth. So all these look to be about the same price so far. Also, we've got cool news. If you've done the Venari grind on 1 character, unlocking Crafter's Mark rank 2 from her is going to be account bound. So everyone can get Crafter's Mark rank 2, but it's not current content anymore, so there's not really a reason to make anything Crafter's Mark rank 2 anymore. So there's the Shrouded Hand Towel here, which I think is new. I don't recall ever seeing it before, but 3 cloth, this feels like a catch-up mechanic, but it's not purchased from the vendor, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just some flavor stuff. All right, with Inscription, nothing really new. Yeah, all of this exists. They don't have Crafter's Mark rank 3, which is an interesting note. If that stays, that means the items crafted by Inscription won't be able to go up to eye level 230 and 200. I also wish we got glyphs. I miss glyphs. I feel like kind of an old man. Back in my day, every patch used to come with 10 new glyphs. But you know what? I think Inscription is in a lot better place than it used to be. It used to be just glyphs, and so you couldn't take it. You couldn't make gold from raiders, and now you've got contracts. You've got Vantis runes. You've got codexes and things like that. It's missives are a great thing, and so I think it's fine. I think we're in a pretty good place. I miss glyphs. All right, here we are on my Draenei Protectanon. He is my paladin, leatherworker and skinner. Leatherworking, looks like we do have some cool new stuff for leatherworking. Crafter's Mark rank 3, Crafter's Mark rank 4, and the Vestige of Origins. Hold on, let me make sure I'm pronouncing that right.
Vestige. Vestige. Vestige.
Ooh, I just noticed something. Gaunt Sinew.
Sinew.
Is something that was on the PTR but didn't make it to live. When you're out skinning, so you get some sinew. So what I think they did, they put the Crafter's Mark rank 3, what they had in the beta, back on. but they have since removed Gaunt Sinew, so it probably won't make it to live, but it'll be interesting to see if we do get another skinning material. Other than that, we've got 3 recipes here. Elusive Pet Treat, which drops a tiny bone-wielding golem for your companion to chase around for 30 seconds. This is just a pallid bone dump, and it uses immortal shards. Let's see, 20 gold here, 20 gold here, so this costs like 50 gold to make. Oh, it's BOP. Are all of these BOP? This is sellable. This is sellable. So the Pet Treat is exclusive to leatherworkers. I'm going to submit a bug on this because I don't think they intended this to be BOP. All right, bug submitted. We've also got the Pallid Bone Flute, another Pallid Bone dump, but this one uses thread. Add this toy to your toy box. Play a haunting melody, inspiring those around you to dance. So we've got another. Everybody dance. Some people, it must be a bug. And my dance moves are off the chain, and my fluting is second to none. So I don't know. Okay, it's fine. And then we've got Pallid Oracle Bones. Consult the bones to learn your future. So it's kind of a Magic 8-Ball fortune-telling thing. So what I see when I look at these, essentially, they're Pallid Bone dumps. This is not sellable. It's BOP. I actually put in a bug report because that's just weird to lock a toy behind bind on pickup. This is sellable, and the bones are sellable, but the bones require Shadowlands Leatherworking level 50. And the flute requires Leatherworking 75. So going from 0 Leatherworking up to 50 is pretty easy. You're just making all the desolate leather arm guards and things like that. But going from 50 to 100, you're making all the current content stuff, all the really expensive blues, and that can be kind of frustrating as you're leveling up. It can get really expensive if you're just using leatherworking for personal use. So I think this is kind of nice. It gives you a cheaper option to level things up. It also makes it provides a pallid bone dump, which we need. You get a few too many pallid bones when you're out farming, so this will raise the price of those. Probably not enough to invest all your gold in pallid bones. Alchemy is kind of interesting. We've got what we have baseline. We've got the regular potions, we've got the fancy potions, you've got some utility potions down here, you've got your oils and shadow core oils, you got your flasks, which flasks are cleaned up, flask of stamina and then flask of power. That's cool, that's nice, that's all you need, right? You got your philosopher's stone and you're good to go. Well, Alchemy actually went through a lot of iterations during the alpha and beta, and a couple of things. It was kind of rough around the edges when it was released because a lot of things got changed last minute. For instance, you might think it's kind of weird that the Shadowghast Ingot Transmute uses Ground Death Blossom and Ground Nightshade, and that the Shadestone Transmute uses Ground, and that's the only thing they're used for. Well, originally, all the potions and all the flasks were going to use the ground version, but it was deemed to be they changed it last minute. So now we kind of just have these leftover ground nightshades with nothing to do with them. Well, now we have something to do with them. We've got Blossom Burst, make your friends green. We've got Glory Burst, make your friends yellow. We've got Marrow Burst, ew, make your friends gray. Or look at them spelling gray that way. I wonder if for EU people they make it Grey. Torch Burst, make them orange. Widow Burst, make them purple. And that's so it's not something necessary and required for raiding, thank goodness. But it's nice. I would be willing to bet that there are going to be people who have a stack or two of these on their person all the time just because they like making their friends in their guild green during the raid. The other thing that was kind of awkward was the Shadowghast ingot transmute. Originally, Shadowghast ingot was a lot more expensive than it is right now. It was about 5 times more expensive. And originally, the Shadowghast ingot made, I think it was 10. So this was a once a day thing, and it was really, really cool. I was so excited to make a whole bunch of transmute masters and just go log into each tune every day and like, boom, there's your gold making. But I think Blizzard realized that's what people were going to do, so they kind of redesigned how Shadowghast ingots would work. But that means Alchemy doesn't have a worthwhile transmute. And that's kind of a bummer because that's kind of the core. It's the core of the profession, having procs. And now we do. Hey, look at this. Stones to ore. You take 4 porous stone, 2 shaded stone, and you get a bag of ore. So that's nice. You take some tier 1 side materials and get some core materials, maybe even some Shadowghast ingots. I bought some shaded stone and porous stone when I transferred my character over, but I realize now that I don't know how to get this recipe. So we'll see. We'll see where it comes up. If Blizzard is accepting any recommendations, I would like another. It'd be nice to have another transmute or two. It's fun to go through your transmute recipes and decide what's profitable, what's not. Like, should I go through and make my Purium bar cool down, or should I go through and make my living steel cool down? Which one's more profitable right now? Oh my gosh, you're making the living steel cool down? You're wasting your gold. You gotta get on that Purium bar cooled. Like, so that's kind of fun to do. It adds some decision making in the profession. So give us another option or two. Granted, just remember that we do have, like, all of us gold makers have 20, 30, 50 alchemists waiting to craft in mass everything you give us. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. But that's really it. They're just polishing off what was some good additions to the alchemy profession and kind of tying up some loose ends. Okay, so here we are on Sisonius. He's my jewel crafter, and he's just level 50, so he doesn't know everything yet. But he's a good boy. Jewel crafting doesn't have a whole lot. We got rank 3 and rank 4, so that's nice. You can bring the crafted gems and necklaces up to eye level 200 and 230. We've also got, for the crafted legendaries, we've got the Vestige of Origins, which uses 1 of each of the essences. This is nice. It'll bring the price of these back up. This will bring the price of ore back up for a little bit. So expect a little the price of ore is going to be really interesting. It's going to. Hey there, guys. Editor Ruckles here. I'm just going to interrupt past me and try to explain more clearly what he was about to ramble his way through. Okay, so in 9.1, we're getting flying, and that's going to mean a lot more opportunities for mining and herbalism. But gatherers value their time at a specific amount. So if you don't want to farm for any less than 10,000 gold per hour, and you can get 500 ore and herbs per hour, then that means the least you'd be willing to sell those for is 20 gold a pop. Well, in 9.1, based off some napkin math and how Shadowlands is laid out, I'm expecting us to be able to get about twice as many ore and herbs per hour with flying. So You still want to make 10,000 gold per hour, but now you can get 1,000 things. So that means each of those things is worth at minimum to you of 10 gold. So on a macro scale, global prices will drop from 20 gold to 10 gold. In short, I'm expecting, based off my rough calculations, for prices to cut in half. With this jewel crafting change, though, there's a little bit more essences required. That means more ore going for prospecting, and that means maybe it won't fall that much. So let's say the price of ore and herbs will fall to somewhere between 50% and 2/3 what it was a month before 9.1 launch. Porous stone statue and shaded stone statue. So these are just made with 5 shaded stone. This one's made with 5 porous stone. The numbers are subject to change, but it's essentially, you put a little stone statue on the ground and it heals you for a little while before it goes away. Here, it's the same thing. They both require level 51. So, the intention for this is probably just, if you're doing open world PvP, if you're leveling a new character and you're like, I'm a little under geared, I just need some self-healing, I need a little bit more sustain as I'm leveling through, because it requires level 51 and not level 60. Like, just as you're leveling, you need a little bit more healing. So it's just a nice little boost. But can you use this in the raid? Is this a min-max thing that, like, every raider come with a stack of shaded stone statues because you don't have enough consumables in your bags already, right? Well, if you can use this, like, during the heavy healing parts, if this heals 5% of your health, this is essentially a healing potion, right? Does it share a cooldown with healing potions? I don't know. There's no way for me to get the recipe right now, so we'll have to see on this. And that's it for professions. There's nothing new for engineering. Okay, so what do I think about 9.1? Let's be honest, there's not a whole heck of a lot here. The big change is shifting from the rank 1, 2, 3, 4 to a more Obliterum style legendary eye level increase. So to increase the power level of the end game gear, you make an item and adjust it rather than making a whole new base item. That's a big change, and I'm kind of sad to see it go because, as I said earlier, the rank system was the first real attempt at an end game feedback loop for gold makers, and it was a pretty big success. It was a little expensive, but it was a fun challenge. I know lots of people. I as you can see here, I still don't have the rings done, so it is a work in progress. People are still grinding it out. It was a fun challenge, but if this is what they're deciding, okay, fine. Other than that big change, though, we've got a new raid coming out, we've got new dungeons coming out, so the eye level of everything is increasing. So we've got, Blizzard anticipated this, and so they made one base set of gear and then allowed us to change the eye level before we make it. So this allows them to just introduce Crafter's Mark rank 3, 4, 5, 6. You lose a little bit of the flavor of the items with that, but it's a lot easier to implement and easier to balance this way. I also really like that they're giving us kind of a pre-raid quality gear. I think we're going to be able to make a lot of gold from this Crafter's Mark rank 4. This is the fact that it's unique equipped means it's limited, which means it's hard to get. I think honestly they should make this more expensive than it is. I know everything here is a placeholder, but I want them to make Crafter's Mark rank 4 expensive. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 gold. So that these eye level 230 pieces, so we can justify charging 30,000 gold for it. So people are just like, yeah, that's 30,000 gold. That's what they cost. It's an eye level 230 piece. What do you expect? if it's too cheap, I think it'll mess with the market. But other than that, just finishing things up, we've got the shaded stones and the porous stone dumps here. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. But like Alchemy also had the stone to ore thing, a shaded stone and porous stone dump. Leatherworking had the pallid bone dump. When Shadowlands was being designed, they had a lot of profession stuff right off the bat, but that profession stuff changed dramatically over the course of the alpha and the beta. And up until a week or two before launch, they were still dramatically changing some things. And I think what we're seeing in 9.1, these shaded stone dumps and pallid bone dumps, these are things that should have been included off the bat. You don't want to have a guild bank full of ultramarine ink. So you want these dumps to be included. And so I think this is just kind of polishing off the few professions that were still a little rough around the edges. And I like it. As a whole, 2 thumbs up. I wish there was a little bit more. I'm super disappointed that Enchanting only has an animated leash. I'm kind of sad that Tailoring only has the shrouded hand towel, and I can't believe that Engineering still doesn't have anything. I still can't believe that Engineering is like, I was hoping they would be like, oh yeah, Engineering only has 4 things you can reasonably make. You have 2 scopes and like grenades that you can make, and that's it. So I was genuinely expecting them to add a bunch of things for Engineering. Oh well, rip. I guess they don't think engineers should make gold. The only thing I want to say about that is when 9.2 comes out, something to look forward to if you have an engineer. On the beta, they had Alexine, Soulzine, Favon, and Favir alloys. And this was a mix of Soul Dust, Sinvir, and Phaedrum into a bar. So essentially, engineers could smelt bars that would then be used by blacksmithing and things like that. So maybe we'll still see that. Maybe that's something to like just hang tight. You'll be able to make gold with engineering eventually. But right now, like what? It doesn't even make sense. So that's it. That's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Good luck and happy gold making. Bye.